What do you get when a major corporation screws up, issues an apology, and somehow makes things worse? A masterclass in crisis mismanagement. Welcome to Apology After Apology, the podcast where we dig into how companies say we're sorry and why those two little words can either rebuild trust or tank a brand. Let's start with a recent headline. In January 2024, a panel blew off of an Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 mid-flight, and the plane had to make an emergency landing. No one was seriously injured, but it rattled nerves across the country. In response, Boeing issued a statement. Here's a portion of it. Safety is our top priority, and we deeply regret the impact this event has had on our customers and their passengers. We agree with and fully support the FAA's decision to require immediate inspections of 737-9 airplanes with the same configuration as the affected airplane. In addition, a Boeing technical team is supporting the NTSB's investigation into the January 5th accident. We will remain in close contact with our regulator and customers. Now, is that an apology, a statement of facts, a PR draft someone forgot to revise? Hold that thought. The art of corporate apology isn't just about saying we're sorry. It's about how, when, and why you say it. Let's look at what makes an apology land. According to communications theorist William Benoit, there are 5 basic strategies in what he calls image repair discourse. These include denial, evasion of responsibility, reducing offensiveness, corrective action, and mortification, where mortification is just a fancy word for admitting guilt. Boeing's statement? It mostly checked the evasion and corrective action boxes, but stopped short of full mortification. And that matters, because when something terrifying happens at 16,000 feet, we'll support the investigation, doesn't necessarily scream accountability. Communication scholar Timothy Combs expands on this with situational crisis communication theory, or SCCT. It basically says that your response should match the severity of the crisis and your role in it. If it's your fault, say so. If people were harmed, show empathy. Also, it is a means of maintaining a company's reputation through corporate communication post-crisis. In Boeing's case, this wasn't their first crisis. From the 737 MAX tragedies in 2018 and 2019 to recent quality control concerns, the brand is already on thin ice. So a lukewarm statement isn't just a missed opportunity. It would erode public trust even further. Thus, the ways Boeing addresses the public is crucial for maintaining and repairing the company's image. Now let's contrast our Boeing example with another textbook example of a strong corporate apology. Back in 1982, after an employee tampered with bottles of Tylenol, Johnson & Johnson took swift action. They pulled 31 million bottles off the shelves and publicly committed to consumer safety. The cost of the 31 million bottles exceeded $100 million, but despite this, they did what was right. And in addition to pulling the medicine, their CEO went on live television, accepted responsibility, and promised reform. The result? Customers trusted them more after the crisis than before. And here's where public perception really kicks in the Boeing case. After the incident, the New York Times ran a story detailing how the blowout was not just an engineering mishap, it was a near catastrophe felt in real time by people on board. The article quotes one passenger who described the air pressure drop as violent and another who said it was the scariest moment of their life. What's more telling is how the article contextualizes Boeing's role in all of this. It notes that this is part of a pattern of manufacturing and safety concerns, and reminds readers of the 2 previous crashes involving Boeing 737 MAX airplane. The repetition? It reinforces a narrative. This wasn't just a one-off. It was a symptom of something more. The public reaction on social media mirrored this. Critics and commentators weren't just reacting to the door plug. They're reacting to a company that was caught cutting corners, prioritizing profit over safety. People didn't just want an apology, they wanted accountability. And yet, Boeing's response didn't match the emotional or reputational weight of the incident. By emphasizing procedural cooperation over personal responsibility, the statement fell flat in the court of public opinion. Now, of course, it's easy to critique from the sidelines, but here's the truth. Writing a good apology, especially in a legal and high-stakes environment, is hard. Lawyers worry about liability, executives worry about stock prices, but someone needs to worry about the humans listening on the other end. Let's break it down. If you're ever writing an apology for your team, your brand, or your future PR gig, here's a checklist to keep in mind. First, start with empathy. Second, say sorry clearly. Next, accept responsibility and describe the fix. That's it. No corporate jargon, no hiding behind investigations, just honesty, humility, and follow through. At the end of the day, apologies are about relationships, not just reputations. When something goes wrong, people want to know they still matter. And if your company can't say that out loud, no amount of brand strategy will say it for you. Thank you for listening to Apology After Apology. Until next time, keep your values louder than your press releases.